What I do to start, let's start with an image. We're going to color some tulips. We're going to start with Purple Posy. Purple Posy. And we're going to start, I like to, some people start with the dark image and the darker image. And the darker image a lot of times is used to add your shadows, add your highlights. But I don't normally start with the darker image. I usually like to saturate my paper because it helps me blend a little bit better by starting with my light, okay? So I'm using the fine tip end and I'm going to start coloring my thing. So when I go, I kind of go, and I don't fill the whole image in the sense I don't get to the top because I want it a little bit lighter, right? Like when you look at a flower, it's darker in the center and then it gets lighter as you go up. So I kind of want that same thing to happen here, right? So I usually leave the tip up here white and then I'll go back in, right? This is a lot of adding color and then going back in. And as you add more color, the color gets darker, right? Another great thing about alcohol markers, they dry super, super fast. A lot faster than a regular marker. So you have to do it in small spaces, right? If you have a big image, you're doing a couple of leaves, right? So then we're going to take our dark and we're going to go and do where we think the shadow is going to be, right? And the artist helps you with that. You don't have to know a lot of art techniques to do it. The artist helps you with that with the lines, right? And like right here, you're going to see a bit of a shadow because the petal goes over the top of the other one. So you want to do it like that, okay? And then you're going to go in with your light. So after you add your dark, you're going to go in with your light to blend. So see how I do that? And then I blend. So you want to blend that dark in. You don't want to have that really distinctive color in there unless you want that. But usually you want to blend it, right? And you can see that I'm blending the colors and you can actually almost see that line, that darker line going away. Let it sit for a little bit. I kind of want to add a little bit of other color in there. A lot of times there's multiple colors in tulips. So I'm going to add, so we're going to do a flicking motion, right? This is a great way to make grass. Okay, and then you're going to go in again with your light, okay? You got to make sure you keep the lids on because they will dry out really quick. So it's harder to blend the pink because that's not the normal color, right? But I want a little bit darker on the bottom here. So I'm going to add, so I'm going to use the brush tip just so you can see. See, look at how dark that is, right? But then you go in with your lighter pink. Keep on hitting the brush tip here. And then you can blend it. And you can kind of see how the color kind of goes. And then I'm going to go in with my purple and blend it some more. And it's crazy how even the pink is is a different color, but it still blends it, right? And then I'm going to add in a little bit of dark. So, and you go through this, and that's why as you're saturating more and more, as you can see, it's coming through, right? So it just depends on how much color you want to add. You can add two. It's better to add less dark and then add as you go, right? Okay, I think we're good on that one. We're going to color that in. And you see I left that white and now I color it in, and it's a lot, you can see more depth in there because it's a lot lighter than everything else, right? So that's the first flower. So this takes some time. A good thing to do if you're going to color a bunch of images. A lot of times what I do is I'll stamp out a bunch of images and I'll put a show on or watch a YouTube show and I'll color. And I just go with that. So let's do, I don't have a lot of green Stampin' Blends. I don't know why I don't have more darker greens, but two of my favorite colors to make to make leaves is the Call Me Clover. It's not available in our new thing, which sucks, but actually Pear Pizzazz is actually a good set too, and I don't have that set yet, so I'm still adding to my Stampin' Up blend colors, because they started out with 12, if you can believe that, and now they have like pretty much almost every color out in like of ink you can get in a Stampin' blend. I know Bumblebee you can't because it's very similar to the Daffodil Delight, so that's why they did not make a Bumblebee color. So yeah, so as you can tell, I'm just adding some color, just blending that green in there, and you can even hear it when it colors. It makes kind of like a different sound than a marker does, right? So just understand that a little bit different than and I like to add a little bit of brown because leaves aren't always like perfectly green, right? So I just add a little bit kind of in here, and then I blend it out. And you can go as detailed as you want. You can just color it in, right? Like if you don't want to sit and mess, don't mess. Just color the way you want to color. That's a nice thing about this. And if it's a really small image, I'm not going to blend a lot, right? Like I'm just going to color it in. The biggest thing is the bigger images that you want to color in. So we'll color this image in, and then I'll post on my blog a little bit more about the blends so you can kind of see some of the tips and tricks in writing, because it's hard when you're just watching someone color. So let's do a yellow one. Gotta have some difference. This is Daffodil Delight. This is the light, and this is the dark. So you obviously can see the difference, right? I like my bouquets to have lots of different colors in them. So let's color this one in. So this, again, I always start. All right, sorry, I had to stop the video. Kids asking questions, husband asking questions. You know how it is. Mom life. As I'm coloring, I thought I would give a little bit of an update. We have my kit class, citrus kit class coming up next Tuesday. I'm working on a bunch of stuff with that. And I'm starting to plan for August classes. Hopefully going to have 2 or 3 classes. With that, I'm going to do a fall back to school set of cards and gift items you can give to teachers going back. I don't know about you, but I have realized in my life that I am not meant to be my child's teacher, and I really appreciate teachers. So if you're a teacher out there, I appreciate you. And I appreciate you putting up with children. And you know what? I'm sure I could teach other people's children, but it's hard to teach your own children. Let's just say that. Let's be real. It's not easy. Let's put it that way. And I really have total respect for all teachers. And I do work with teachers. As some of you might know, I am a counselor, and I work in a First Nations school as a counselor. And I do have a ton of respect for teachers. They do a lot of stuff with not a lot of resources. So as you can see now, we got 2 tulips done. Let's do a pink one. I always like a good pink one. We're going to do dark and light Rococo Rose on this one. Okay, so on this one I'm going to add the purple a little differently. Okay. I like this Rococo Rose. I didn't think I would like it, but it's a really pretty color. It goes with a lot of stuff. And I'm going to add some, let's go add dark purple posy in there to make the bottom. A blue would look cool with this too. I always say, do what you love. It really doesn't matter. There's no right and wrong in crafting. A lot of times I have girls that are in my classes and they will take the product I give them and make something totally different. And you know, it looks so gorgeous. And I love it. And it's not insulting to me by any means. I think that's actually awesome because it helps the people that are new in the class to see that you don't have to always follow along. And it was interesting because I had 2 girls in one of my Christmas cards classes and they did that. And it like started a whole thing. People started doing what they wanted to do with the cards. And I thought that was so cool. I kind of gave them an overview and they maybe put a different sequin on, or they maybe didn't want the ribbon and they wanted something else. So it was really cool to see everybody do their own thing and make the design I had and make it much better. I'm going to actually add, this is Rich Razzleberry. It's a little darker. I want it a little darker here. So there we go. Now I want to do, I don't have a lot of reds. I obviously don't like red or something, but I don't have a ton. Let's do a hot pink one. Let's do dark and light lovely lipstick. These are all, again, colors that are no longer, they were in colors and I have them and I'm using them. Use what you have. If you have something different. I have a really squeaky chair today. Another thing going on is bonus days. It's just the end of bonus days here. They're going to be over in on the end of the month. And what the bonus days are, if you haven't seen my post on bonus days. So if you spend $60, you will get a $6 coupon to spend for our new, when our new catalog comes out on August 4th, I believe it is. So that is quite exciting. And let me tell you, it is amazing catalog. Let's just say I need to yeah, I'm going to have to watch my spending. Let's just say that. Because there's so many cool things. And there's also really good gift-giving things in this catalog. And I'm going to maybe do some sneak peeks. Usually I'll buy a bunch of stuff and I'll buy my Christmas stuff beforehand. Because as a demonstrator, you get to pre-order, right? So I could buy everything I wanted, right? Like you get one of pretty much most things as long as I have it in stock. But I decided, no, I'm not going to do it this time. I'm going to go based on the classes I want to teach or the season. So I bought some fall things. And then in August, I'm going to buy some Halloween things and prep. And then in September, I'll buy Christmas. I may buy an earlier Christmas thing. I don't know. I gotta think about it. I don't know. I might buy some Christmas stuff just to maybe do a few Christmas things. But I just think it's way too early to start Christmas. And this one is light Bermuda Bay and dark Bermuda Bay. We'll do some different colors here today. So yeah, I did not want to get Christmas just yet. It just feels like summer just started. I know it isn't. But, so yeah, I had to, yeah, couldn't do it. And maybe because we really haven't had much of a summer this year. It's been kind of windy, rainy. And now this week we have summer, and now our bodies are trying to get used to it, and it's not easy. Let's just say that. So, yeah. So I bought mostly fall stuff, so I will do a little haul video on the fall stuff that I did buy. It was really hard for me not to buy Halloween. I'm already thinking about stuff. That's one of my favorite seasons. So here I'm just adding a little bit of darker in here. This kind of, it's hard to blend with this small of an image, so I'm just more adding stuff here, if this makes sense. So yeah, so if bonus days are on, it's a great way to get a little bit of a discount on the holiday catalog, because it'll be hard not to buy everything when you see it. If I have my holiday catalogs, so if you've been a past customer, you should be expecting them to come in the mail fairly shortly. I'm hoping to get those out next week. So if you would like a catalog, let me know and I will send one out to you. I do not mind doing that at all, but I just need you to, I just need you to message me with your address so I can send it out. And I always send a little bit of goodies out with it. So I'm just going to start doing that. I will also have some, I'm thinking I'm going to do like a little bit of an online party launch maybe. So I'll see how time goes and if I can get enough samples done. So that'll be, I will announce that. I'm going to start working on the August newsletter because I really didn't get much of a July one. It was kind of a June, July one. So that's another thing. If you'd like to be part of my newsletter, I always like to send out little tutorials with the newsletter. Gives you updates on my classes. Gives you, yeah, it just gives you updates on what's going on with my Stampin' business. So I'm going to finish this one and then we'll be done. And I really would love some ideas on what people would like to see for like tutorials, anything you want me to showcase. I had huge success on my Pinterest and even on here with some mixed media. So that is a goal for me to get my mixed media going, mixed media class. So I'm hoping to have that fairly quickly. I am going to maybe do a couple of tutorials on here, but I'm also going to do a mixed media class because everybody really seemed to like the M I did for Macy. So yeah, I thought I would maybe have a mixed media canvas class, or we could do an alphabet or letter class. You know, I'm kind of open to what everybody kind of is up for. So give me some ideas of things you want to see, because I would love to do some videos and things like that. It's sometimes nice to have ideas from other people on what they want to see. I really enjoy doing the 3D items, so I'm going to do a few more of those. I have some ideas and gift giving ideas. I really like that. So I'm just going to finish this up really quickly here. But you kind of get the idea, you know, you kind of blend. And remember, just practice, right? I can show you some of my first few things I colored with this, with blends they were atrocious. They did not look nice. And I still have things that don't look nice. So the biggest thing is to sit down and practice, do multiple images, even the same images, like just do a whole sheet of the same image and just play with colors, right? And see what you can get. And if you have questions about how the blends work, or, you know, have your own techniques you use, please put them in the comments. But yeah, so that's pretty much how you color with the blends. You can kind of see the two different things that I've done. Another thing I like to do once everything's dry, which it takes, you know, literally minutes for it to dry, less than minutes. I like to add a little bit of sparkle with this Wink Estella, and that just, even just into the center, it's hard to show on the camera, but it glistens and stuff like that, and just makes it look more realistic. So tomorrow we will have these images colored, and I'll cut them out, and we will start making our cards. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, thanks. Have a good day. Bye.